I'm Jeff Miller. I work for General Motors on the Super Cruise program team. I'm the program engineering manager. Been working with the Super Cruise team for about 2 years now. So what I'm going to demonstrate to you today is the new enhanced Super Cruise, which is on the all-new model year 21 Escalade. Yeah, there's certainly a lot to look at here with the all-new Escalade. We got 3 separate screens. Super Cruise is the industry's first true hands-free driver assistance system for compatible highways. So it'll operate on any of the highways we mapped. When we initially launched the Cadillac CT6 in model year 18, we launched it on 130,000 miles of limited access divided highways. And since then, last summer, we added an additional 70,000 miles. They're still divided highways, but there may be at-grade crossings, like railroad crossings, flashing yellow lights, those sort of things. So today, you're able to Super Cruise on 200,000 miles of capable roads. So this highway that we're going to jump on here is one of those mapped roads, and I will demonstrate Super Cruise to you. So once we get onto an enabled road, what I'll do is I'll turn on adaptive cruise. From there, Super Cruise will let me know when it's available. I'll get a little steering wheel icon, it'll be white gray icon that'll let me know when Super Cruise is available. So once that pops up, I can hit the button on the steering wheel to activate Super Cruise, and you saw that it first flashed blue. So what that really meant is that it's initializing the system. So Super Cruise is initialized, but not driving the vehicle yet. Once I centered the vehicle in a lane, it went to green state. So everything's green, and when it's green, I can take my hands off the steering wheel. And you can adjust the speed just like you would adaptive cruise, so you can set it at whatever speed you'd like, and it will maintain a customer selectable gap or distance from the vehicle ahead of you. So right now I'm in close gap, so that people don't cut in front of you. You can select, a larger gap, a middle gap, and then a short gap. So one of the cool new features that'll come with enhanced Super Cruise for model year 21 is what we call lane change on demand. Essentially, Super Cruise will change lanes for you once you've signaled that you'd like to change a lane. So you can do that through 2 ways. You use it through or you can initiate it through the turn signal stock. You can either do a full latch or just a momentary press. I'll demonstrate here with a momentary press. I signal that I want to go to the left. There's a message that says auto lane change looking for an opening. It's looking for an opening. There's a guy coming up behind me, so it slowed down to create a gap. And now that there's an opening, it should begin changing lanes for us. It's that easy. So very intuitive, easy to use. I think it's a new addition that our Super Cruise fans are absolutely going to love. The time that I've spent in Super Cruise vehicles, I've grown to love the feature. So much, in fact, that once you get on a non-Super Cruise roads, I've found myself hitting the turn signal, waiting for the car to change lanes for me, only to realize I'm not on a Super Cruise road and I got to change lanes myself. One of the key pieces of Super Cruise is the driver attention system, which is comprised of this little camera here on top of the steering column. What that is doing is it's monitoring my head pose or my head position as well as my eye gaze to make sure that my eyes are on the road. Super Cruise is a driver assistance feature, and we want the driver to still be engaged. So we need to make sure that their eyes are still on the road in the event that they need to take control of the vehicle. So as long as my eyes are maintaining contact with the road, I shouldn't get any escalations. If I do, say, turn to the side and not look at the road for a certain period of time, this steering wheel will start to blink green to get my eyes back on the road. So you'll notice that I'm wearing sunglasses. Super Cruise and the driver attention system does work with most sunglasses. Mine are polarized and it still works great. Even today, wearing a mask, it's still able to determine my head position and my eye gaze. But those are the 2 things that it's really looking for. It's looking for my head position as well as my eye gaze. Now, if I do take my eyes off the road for a certain period of time, and that could vary by road speed as well as road curvature, it'll go through what we call an escalation process to try to get my eyes back on the road. It'll start with blinking the light bar green to try to get my attention. If I don't respond to that, it'll blink red. You'll also get the haptic seat or a chime depending on how you have the vehicle configured. If I don't respond to that, then you'll get a voice command that will tell me to take control of the vehicle. And if I still don't respond to that, then we'll escalate one step further. We'll begin slowing the vehicle down, bringing it to a complete stop. The hazard lights will turn on and we'll have OnStart dial into the vehicle. And that's really to make sure that we don't have an incapacitated driver. We don't want to continue driving the vehicle down a highway if we do have a driver that has, say, fallen asleep or has passed out or is incapacitated for some other reason. There is no route following with Super Cruise. So Super Cruise will maintain the lane position that you're in. You can use lane change on demand to signal that you want to change lanes. It will accelerate or brake to try to find a gap. So I've got a truck here with a trailer on my right. There is an opening ahead of him. You can feel the vehicle start to accelerate. It's found an opening, and now we've changed lanes. And while all of this is going on, to keep the driver in the loop, we have a little message up here that popped up. You can see it again as I signal a lane change on demand. That tells me what it's doing. So it's changing lanes now, and then once it's completed, it'll say auto lane change completed. The Super Cruise will drive until you no longer have any fuel in the vehicle. As long as you're on a Super Cruise mapped road or enabled road, a continuous stretch, you'll keep Super Cruising until you either get off the highway or run out of fuel. But again, you need to pay attention. So the driver attention system there is really to make sure that you're paying attention. So if you're not paying attention, you'll go through that escalation process that I had walked you through previously. And if you continue to not pay attention to the road, you'll automatically you'll get bumped out of Super Cruise. So this is augmented reality. Basically, it's using the forward camera to project what is ahead of you as you're driving. So this is an all-new OLED screen, new for the model year 21 Escalade. It has twice the pixel density of your 4K TV at home, so that's why you're getting such a great visual up there. So one great thing about Super Cruise is it doesn't get tired like you get tired. I grew up in Minnesota, so I've had the opportunity to take a Super Cruise vehicle to Minnesota several times. Before I had Super Cruise, when I would make that 12 or 13 hour trip, I'd arrive tired, my eyes are bloodshot, because you're driving continuously for that long. With Super Cruise, what I've noticed is it has relieved a lot of that stress. Not having to worry about applying gas or braking or steering and keeping the vehicle centered really takes a lot of the stress out of driving. And again, Super Cruise is full speed range from 0 miles per hour all the way up to 85 miles an hour. So when most people think of Super Cruise, they're thinking highways, so faster speeds. One thing I like to remind people is that since it does go down to 0 miles an hour and works at a standstill, stop and go traffic is another really stressful area where Super Cruise really shines, and I love it on my daily commute. Back when I was commuting, I loved it in stop and go traffic simply because you don't have to steer or apply brakes or the gas pedal in that stressful type of situation. The roads that we've chosen to map for Super Cruise are divided highways.